there's a sign on the lawn there saying that. And then there's one that says, Dr. Kathleen Treseder. I'm not sure how to say that. I'm sorry, guys. For Irvine City Council, there's a leader we can trust, Larry Agren, Irvine City Council. He works with us and for us. LarryAgren.com. I'm not in the politics stuff. There's a Brand Lee that seems quite interesting, but again, like, guys, I have no idea what's going on with politics, so anything, please make it worse by voting for someone that will make it worse. So please, if you're gonna vote, I'm abstaining from politics for the next, I don't know, maybe 20 years. I'm just done. But if you really, really want to make a difference, make sure you read the fine print for the love of Pete, for the love of Maverick, Top Gun. Please. It says there's very bad connection in this area where I'm at. I'm not sure why. I'm usually around here all the time. I'm actually about to drive past the awesome memorial where I like to fly all the time. I haven't been there in a while. I want to go back there because it puts me into in a good mood when I fly around the flag over there. It's really cool. Northwood Community Park is what it is. It's and it's Gratitude and Honor Memorial. Anyway, today I'm gonna start with, if you've never seen this channel before, my name is Giovanni Giorgio, but everybody calls me Giovanni. I don't know what that's all about. And he's possibly a musician. I just found that out yesterday. Oh, that's funny. Everybody's making videos about Giovanni Giorgio. I can actually say Giovanni Giorgio in Italian. I'm not sure. What would it be in French? It'd be something else. Anyway, today I wanted to give you guys a little history lesson, but I need to find a nice spot to park where there's signal, because before there was no signal. The signal was poor at best. I think I found a nice spot. Where I could park. I just came from. I wish I could have done it live, but again, DJI does not have a live stream system that works. They have a live stream app that's supposed to work, but it doesn't. And I don't know of any other drones that have that quality enabled. So I'm gonna stop right here so I can give you guys a nice history lesson on how I am Giovanni Giorgio, but everybody calls me George or Marco Reviews. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna give you guys a nice little history lesson here on this is what happened to me growing up. That was, I must say, that's probably the school that I enjoyed being at the most. I probably learned more from that school than any other school where I went later on. Sorry, I'm just fumbling with this because I just flew the most amazing bird out there when it comes to active track. There is no bird out there currently that I know of with a better active track than this bird right here. But let me give you guys the instruction manual so you guys don't have to guesstimate based on because it's not all of the Hubsan. Well, the mini Hubsons seem to be this cool. No, it's not DJI. No, it's not Autel. This is the instruction manual that it comes with. And it was fantastic. Today I went for a run, which is very unfortunate because I was like completely beaten up after that. And it was maybe less than a 30-second or minute run. And I was jumping over stones. And I was, jumping over stones. I have my leg weights on, so if it looks really easy and you're like, oh, I could totally do that, that's anybody could do that. Just remember, I have about 5 pounds on each leg when I'm doing that crazy stuff that I just did. Anyway, so I'm gonna be uploading that video pretty soon. But I wanted to talk to you guys about this. There's Sir James Henderson School of Milan, and I was one of the alumni on here. Those were good times. I didn't know they were good times when I was living them, but those were good times. And it's the school, the environment was great, and life still kind of made sense back then, because I didn't know anything about politics. I didn't know the cardinal rule. The cardinal rule of politics is when you are a politician, you get to decide what rules everybody else has to follow, right? So they set everybody else rules, and then they play by their own. That's how they win. That's how they win, kids and adults who haven't figured that out yet. So they create laws and rules that you have to follow, and then they play by their own. So even if you wanted to beat them, you couldn't, because their laws are better than your laws. They are. All right. So anyway, wow. Oh my gosh. This is sending me back down memory lane. There's a lot of interesting looking people here. Lots of interesting looking people. It says updates on fellow alumni, the royal visit, HRH Duke of York visits SJHS. The Queen was still alive when this book was published. Celebrates 40-year anniversary. So that was a while ago. It was a while ago. So here's a little fun history lesson for you guys, just in case you were wondering. And we had no, it's not a pun. No, it's not. It's not a joke. This guy right here. Let's see if I can aim it. His name was Gregory Wright. So yeah, we had Mr. Wright as our principal. Gregory Wright, Director of Development. But he was so much more than that. He was just some amazing person. And there were a lot of us in the school, and he knew us all by name. And not only all by name, but he understood each and every one of us. And whenever we had a problem, which happened a lot because you're a kid, you could always go and see him, and he would always have some very thoughtful ideas and things to say that would calm you down. So that is something that every school really needs. Somebody with that kind of attitude. And I think the world needs that kind of attitude too in general, because we just don't have enough of that. So, oh, look here. Here's another fun guy. I used to hang out with this guy over here. Alessandro, this guy here. He's a good pal of mine. Sometimes I still talk to him on Instagram. Ooh, Instagram. Oh, I don't do phone calls. I don't do them. The reason why is because my dad made me hate the phone ever since I was little, because he was not around much, and so I was like, no, I'm not speaking to you over the phone. I was a stupid kid. I'm not going to talk to you over the phone. I'll just talk to you when you're in my presence, when you're at home. Can you believe how stupid I was as a kid? Anyway, look at this. I'm going to show you something that you won't believe. I was published. Look at this stupid face. It's the same one. Mind you, it had a couple of wrinkles less, but look, it's still me. It's still me. And this was some of the work that I did. This is still available, except for this one. This one is no longer available. It was stolen by Turbo Squid. Turbo Squid stole this awesome model that I made a while back. Spent a lot. It was called the Dragonfly. It was amazing. Turbo Squid stole it legally. So be careful, people, when you put your models on the wrong website, and you didn't read the fine print. Go read the fine print, okay? There are websites that can legally steal your stuff. You put it on there. If they want to, they can steal it. They not only can they steal it, they can also lock you out of your account, and you can never have access to the file anymore. So it's not just that they can steal your content and possibly sell it without your consent. It is that they can actually also lock you out. So if that was the only copy that you had, which in this case, you live and learn, live and learn. That was the only copy that I had on there. I lost it. There you go. There you go. That is how good Turbo Squid is. Fantastic. I hope the management changed. But back then when I applied, it was not good. It was not good. I can't say enough bad things about it. Anyway, back to history lessons. Milan, this was an awesome school, as I said before. We had an amazing chamber choir. Hey, look at that. There's a bunch of famous people here. This was one of my teachers right here. What was the other? I can't find the other guy. There's another really good teacher that was in the chamber choir. That was our music teacher as well. He's not here. I don't know what's going on. I'm going to have to fish out his name. Again, bad with names, great with feelings. I will remember his face forever. And also one of the best things that he taught me was loud and wrong. Sing loud and wrong, son. Sing loud and wrong. Anyway, here's another awesome person right here. I found him. He's not on social media. You can't find this guy. You can't find this guy anywhere. Dennis Cooper. You can't find him anywhere. I think you can still find him. Gregory Wright. Awesome guy. Also awesome guy right here, Mr. Cooper. If my artwork is so good today, it is all thanks to this guy right here. He was hard on my work, but he was honest. He was brutally honest, and that's what you need. If you're gonna do well in class, that's what you need. Oh wait a second. Oh look, it's the mom of one of my good friends, John. I think that's his mom right there. Great lady too. So lots of amazing people in here. Except for one. There's one person on here that was not amazing. That was me. That was me. I was always the dumbest person in the room. And I probably still would be, and I probably still am if I was to go in a room. I'm not usually in rooms a lot. I'm usually on my own a lot. But if I was to walk into a room, I would probably be the dumbest person there. So I don't usually do that because it's kind of humiliating. You don't want to do that. Look at that. They're here again. These are two of my heroes. These are two of my childhood heroes. And look. There's a lady over here. Who is that? I don't know. Do your own research. Just stop with all the spoon feeding, asking me to put like links and tags and things on the videos. Stop doing that. Do your own research. Oh, OMG. So anyway, those were fun times. I'm sad that I can't find my other music teacher. He was amazing. He was truly amazing. He was not there. But anyway, we had some great times. We went to all kinds of fun places. I think we went to visit the Pope at one point too. We got to kiss the hand of the Pope at one point. Mind you, it wasn't the current Pope. It was a previous Pope. Remember, this was shot. Here's another fun picture for you guys. A bunch of great people back there. Anyway, I don't remember if we had to kiss his ring or it was his hand. Either way, I'm sure it was. I'm sure I wasn't personally blessed. Of course, because you know my luck. But there were other people that got that got blessed. Maybe. I think that was most of the stuff that I wanted to show you guys from inside this book. Can't believe that I got published in something. That was a fluke for sure. So anyway, it's pretty cool. Great school. Had a great time there. Learned a lot. But I wasn't the perfect student. And let me tell you guys a little bit about what it was truly like there, because it was not as simple as you might think. You know, I was a young kid doing my thing. I had an orange afro. I don't remember how that turned out to go, but I think for there was some kind of bet or something because of the soccer game or something. And then there was one time when I basically shaved my hair almost all the way down, and then as I was regrowing it was like frizzy and horrible or something. And then I decided with one of my friends, because they were all doing it at that point, that I was gonna dye my hair blonde. Yeah, but what I wanted was not really blonde. It was more like a sort of a platinum blonde kind of thing. I just wanted to look really cool and just way out there. But when I went to do that, I didn't realize that if you have very dark hair, if you do it wrong, it just turns orange. So then after that, I just didn't feel like, it's the dye back then was very expensive. I didn't want to ask my mom and my dad to spend a lot of money on dye. So I just left it orange until eventually I just clipped it off. But yeah, back then it was even before I started to regrow my hair. So this was already pretty long right there. This was already pretty long. But for a while I had really short hair, about this thick, and it was horrible. It was so hard to maintain. You had to like straighten it. It was just not fun to have short hair like that. But it looked pretty cool. So in this school here, we did a fashion show. It was cool. I got to wear a bunch of Dolce & Gabbana and other stuff. It was really fun. If there was a fun school to be in, this was the fun school to be in. Although I still had some classes like history, and it's like, come on, man. But that's where Mr. Gregory Wright and Mr. Cooper were an amazing team, because I was a bad kid. I mean, not a bad kid like the kind that goes out and causes mayhem, burns down buildings, not that kind of kid. But I was a truant. And I would skip classes. I would skip all of my history classes. And then I would hide in Mr. Cooper's class. I showed you guys what a guy. I'm sure that he was in on it, and I'm sure that the principal was in on it. But I think most of them have retired now, so it doesn't matter. I won't get him fired or in any trouble at all. But I just respect the heck out of these people. So yeah, I would skip all of my history classes and some of the other classes, and then I would hide in Mr. Cooper's class and just draw. And sometimes he was nice enough. He might leave the room, and he'd allow me to be in charge of some of the kids there when they were doing their painting projects and stuff, and I'd help them out. It was really, really fun. And sometimes I do that too, and I'd hide in the English. I would skip other like boring classes, and I would do more English literature and more poetry and stuff like that, because I was into that stuff more than anything else. Biology was pretty fun. Chemistry, I was terrible at it. I had an amazing teacher. He was great too. I think he was Scottish. Man, unfortunately, names sometimes what I need is books like this with a whole, maybe this book has his name in there. I don't know. Anyway, he was a great guy. Math teacher, I can't say that I liked him much, because he was a genius. Okay, he was a genius. Obviously, he knew his math very well. He was laid back, and sometimes we'd catch him. I know he's not going to get in trouble now. He's probably retired. He's been retired for a while. Catch him drinking because, you know, you have to deal with snot-nosed kids, and especially kids like me who didn't understand any of the math. But he didn't have a lot of patience for kids like me. So whenever I'd go to him and ask him for some help, what he'd do is go back to your chair and try it again. But if I don't understand what I'm doing, that doesn't really help. So I just go back and just try it again with the same methodology. It's not going to, you know, like Einstein was a genius, right? He said, like, if you do the same thing over and over again, are you going to expect different results? No, that's the nature of insanity. So anyway, that was fun. That was fun. Anyway. But his wife was fantastic, Canadian, and she taught us French. The French. We had French lessons with her. She was great. And again, I can't remember her name, but, you know, Squirrel. She was awesome. Madame, I don't know. I'm sorry. Again, maybe I'll look through this, and I was trying to find the record and stuff of all the teachers that I had to make this video better. Boulanger, there we go. Thank goodness for that. Madame Boulanger. Great. I remember the name. I had amazing English teachers. There was a guy, there was a girl. They were all amazing. I really, the classes that I enjoyed most in the school were English, poetry, arts and stuff. Biology was great. We had a great biology teacher. She was awesome. Believe it or not, I loved chemistry. I just sucked at it because I couldn't do any of those equations where you were supposed to balance out all these nodes and things, and I just couldn't do it. But the teacher was great, and imagine it or not, he's the one who helped me pass my math, because at some point I spent a little bit of time with him, and he gave me some advice, and then I got my own book and stuff. So he's actually responsible for being able to pass chemistry. I think was with a C, and barely passed my GCSE math, and it was because of my chemistry teacher, not because of my math teacher. Man, was he a bad teacher? He was a bad teacher. But if you were good at math, he was a great teacher because he could teach you all the ins and outs and stuff. He was very intelligent. That's why sometimes when they say if you can't teach, that is just wrong. It's wrong because sometimes, for instance, if you are a teacher and you're a genius, but you don't know how to communicate with the kids, you just can't teach anything anyway. So it just doesn't work out. Anyhow, so back in the day, so most of the fun that I had was hanging out with the ladies. And don't worry, I wasn't a womanizer or anything. It's just that I enjoyed the company of the ladies more. So there was Sheena. She was really, really pretty. But we were like brother and sister, as well as Amelia. And Sheena was the daughter of, I think, is Osama or something. A company that made, I think, pencils and like stuff for schools and writing and stuff. It was really cool stuff. But anyway, we used to hang out a lot. It was really fun. And it was just like being a brother and sister. So I have good memories of her. There was Amelia, as I said, I can't remember if the last name was Wickstead or something. But anyway, she went off to become a fantastic fashion artist and stuff. There were two Sarahs. There was Sarah Kaczynski and Sarah something else. But anyway, we used to hang out a lot. It was fun. Isidora. Who else? There was another girl that came in later. She was really, really sweet. There was Zalia. Oh man, I need to find my mom. My mom might have the registry of all the names and stuff. Maybe do a follow-up video with all the names of the amazing people that I used to hang out with. But yeah, we'd have some fun times. And then of course there were lots of boys that I would hang out with. There's Stefano, there was Alessandro Severi here, as you see. There's Ori Sachs, and there was John. I already said John. A lot of awesome people. I'm not going to mention like all of them because names, again, as I said before, I'm just mentioning some that I used to hang out with. There was Richard. We ended up going to university together. After that, we went to Canterbury, Kent. Canterbury, Kent. It's a fun place. I ended up singing in the chamber choir in the church over there too, which is really fun. But anyway, a lot happened back then. But one of the things that I missed the most about back then was the fact that you could just hang out with a bunch of girls and it was fun, it was relaxed, and it wasn't about, anything other than just hanging out. But you get married and stuff, and you can't really do that anymore. So it's kind of a real drawback of life. And then there was Dave, my good friend Dave. Sometimes he'd come over, we'd hang out, and he was an amazing bassist, just as good as Davey 504. If you guys have seen that YouTube channel, he's just as good as Davey 504. And we would just jam. And a couple of times we'd even like go to this school here, and they'd give us a room, and some people would come. There'd be an audience. I would sing stuff like Nothing Else Matters, and he would jam his amazing bass guitar. It's like so cool. And then I had a Greek friend. Man, what was his name? I don't know. Anyway, he was fantastic. He would bring all kinds of awesome music to the house, and he was great with the piano, and he was also a really good artist. And sometimes we'd draw stuff together. We just listened to all kinds of cool music. It was just great times. With Richard, we'd watch a bunch of anime. It was fun too. Then I had my friend Filippo. Used to play soccer all the time with him. He was at a different level when it came to soccer. It was all over the place. That was one fun guy. I've lost track of a lot of these awesome people because you just move on. You move to a different country. Some of them are not on Facebook anymore. Some of them are on Instagram, but I don't follow things, so I don't usually follow people on there. Most of the social media, it's just me just outputting a bunch of stuff. I don't really follow. I do have a TikTok where I follow everybody. If you press follow on me, I'll just follow you back, so long as the algorithm lets me see that you followed. So I log on once a week. Maybe once a week, once a month, and I'll just press follow on everybody's thing. And then the other accounts are just, I don't really follow people. On YouTube I do. I follow most people who just follow me. But yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot being a YouTuber full time. But anyway, great stuff. Can't say enough amazing things about this school. I hope the management stayed cool just like it was before. Although you can't really beat Mr. Wright. You can't help love Mr. Wright. And we had Mr. Wright in class. He'd show up, and him and Mr. Cooper, man, they were just some pillars, the pillars of that school. They really were. We won't talk about the PE teacher. He was something else. Anyway, we won't, just like when I do reviews and stuff, I won't go into too much detail when it comes to the bad stuff, unless it's really, really bad and I spent a bunch of money on it and I feel burnt because I couldn't get my money back on it. So we won't go into Mr. P. We'll just call him Mr. P. Anyway, unfortunately, I think he has passed, and maybe he won't have any regrets. I don't have any regrets. Like, you can't have everything perfect, right? You're not going to have not every teacher is going to be great. But I think that in some ways, even him being who he was, and we won't go into the details, still made me a better person, so it's fine. Although better person. Remember I said dumbest person in the room. So I will stand by that. So yeah. Anyway, that was a nice trip down memory lane. A lot of amazing people that I mentioned there. I'm sure that if they ever see this video, they'll be like, no, please don't mention me. Don't mention me. Because you know that Pesky Market Reviews is so deplorable and conniving that nobody would want to be remembered by me. So there we go. I hope you guys enjoyed this little video that I had for you guys. I had a great time just going down memory lane. Maybe if I can fish out some of the names. My mom is still around, so maybe she can help me with that. She is very good and very methodical in keeping records of things. I don't know, maybe she moved too many times. She might not still have those things, but if she does, that'd be pretty cool if I could get some of those names. And I know that all the people who weren't mentioned were like, no, I hope she lost those. Don't mention me. But anyway, just concluding today with this here drone is amazing, guys. If you don't have one of these, don't buy a DJI, just buy one of these for tracking. For tracking purposes, this is the best thing that I can imagine telling you guys about at the price that it is, because it is the lowest end of the Hubsan. It is, you know, somewhere around 300 bucks. I know 300 bucks is not cheap. I'm not going to say it's cheap. It's not. But it's on the lower end of the good things. It's under 250 grams right there. It says right there. It's under 250 grams. And being under 250 grams, it is categorized by the FAA as being a toy drone. It's so much more than a toy drone. It's great. And as you guys will see in the video that I will post soon, it tracks me while I'm running. It does not have obstacle avoidance. It took a big risk and it almost hit a tree. You'll probably see that in the video. But if you're lucky enough that it doesn't hit a tree, because it doesn't have side sensors or any sensors at all, and you're careful with it, you can get some of the most amazing shots that you can of your crawlers and RC vehicles, even the fast ones. Just find a good spot where there's no obstacles and make it all about the fun. This is an amazing thing, and it also would be amazing for drift. You know, like if you're trying to film yourself drift and you're at a race, whatever, so long as there's space and stuff, you could have this follow your RC car and drifting from above. I mean, you could get some amazing things from this thing. And again, as I said before, I got mine on eBay because I usually get everything on eBay. I can't afford the sticker price on anything. That's how the channel has lived so long, thanks to amazing silent partners and things who just cough up some cash. Not cash in cash form, in PayPal cash. PayPal cash. They send me money through there, and that's how things work. YouTube has never given me anything. All the amazing people that I sponsor on my wall have never given me anything, except for one. Captain Drone, amazing. I love Captain Drone. He sent me some stickers. He is a trooper. Anyway, aside from that, nobody else has given me anything for free, except for the other companies that I keep talking about, which are amazing. And again, those are not PayPal checks. Sometimes they will give me, instead of monetary compensation, they'll give me actual physical stuff. So there's a couple of companies that I have to mention all the time, which are Xiongmei, The Domisol, Color Farm, Excellent, Ballsy. There's a vegan company and stuff. But anyway, a lot of amazing companies have sent me products to review, just like that. Shark, they just sent me stuff just to review it out. And so I'm always grateful to all those people and stuff that really just make my day. But anyway, just thought I'd give you guys this little short, because after all, my name is Giovanni Giorgio. Now let me say it in proper Italian. My name is Giovanni Giorgio, but everybody calls me Giorgio. or macro reviews. It's what happens when you're the dumbest person in the room. Anyway, I'm hoping you guys have a fantastic day today. I'm off home, or maybe I'll do some shopping and then home. But anyway, I'm going to go and have a good day today, hopefully, and see you guys on Real Flight. We'll be there. Take care, guys. Have an awesome day. Stay frosty. What does Original Dobo say? Stay original. Boy, did he have a fun rant-a-thon yesterday. I missed it, but it's only for... there was a poll. There was a poll they did there, and they decided that the way to go is you have to be a member of his thing in order to see the live streams from now on. So become a member so you can check out the amazing rant that went off over there. I'll see you guys. Take care.